Hi guys, Andy here, and I'm here to bring you all things mundane and makeup related. If that's your vibe, I'd love it if you would subscribe and be part of my little slice of the internet. And in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you my Pan That Eyeshadow update for July and June. So sorry. So if you want to know all about this project, see my update, then let's go ahead and get on into it. So, elephant in the room. My sticker's coming off, but I have a CGM and insulin pump, continuous glucose monitor, and this is my sensor. So before you're like, what is that? That's what that is. Because normally you don't see it in videos, but just thought I'd address it. So, pan those eyeshadows. I'm doing the prompts that were created by Makeup with Lainey. I will have her linked in the description, as always. And I'm doing the list of 86 prompts, because there's no repeating prompts. She has another list, too, that does some repeating prompts. But I'm using eyeshadows from my singles, or unless I need to use from a palette, like if it's a specific prompt, or I'm using like my liquids, my potted shadows. I started with 5. I'm doing this from January 1st to December 31st of this year, 2024, as of right now. Then I'm going to reevaluate this project. So, we are just going to get into this. We're going to talk about all the shades, which, let me go ahead and get these all out. We have some rollouts. I am proud of that. We've touched some shadows for once. But we have some things to discuss, so let me get them all out so we can talk about them, because since it's been 2 months, I want to talk about everything in all of my projects. So give me 2 seconds. Alright, so, first, we're just going to go down the list. For a yellow shimmer, that was, and this is from SMB Beauty, I have 24 karat gold. I had changed, and I think I did this back in May, I changed everything from a 5-use gold to a 3-use gold, because 3 uses is absolutely going to tell me whether or not, because I'm using this project to determine whether or not I want to keep these items. Like, that's what I'm using this for. So, that's where we're going. I still have not used this shadow at all. And it's not because it's a bad shadow. I haven't been doing yellow looks. Because this is much more a yellow than like a true gold. Like, it is a beautiful shade. And I need to get a cleansing wipe out. Gimme! Lord have mercy. Jesus. So, I haven't used this. And again, that's on me. I haven't been doing yellow looks. But still, even if I haven't been doing yellow looks, I was doing orange looks. Why didn't I incorporate this? It is absolutely stunning. So, I had a little note. A little sticky note at the top here. If shades haven't been touched from Winged Serpent, which is on my paper up or above, by July, declutter them. So technically I should declutter this shade. But I have such a hard time decluttering yellows. So, I'm putting in a new sticky note from the shades that, because we'll be rolling in new shades. So from Flora, where we're at currently, up, if I have not touched them by October, which is in 3 months, to declutter them. So we're going to keep this in, because I do really like the color of this shade. But if I have not used this by October, it's getting decluttered in October. I will stick to that, but it's so pretty. Next, we have, for a pop culture reference, and this is the ColourPop and Hocus Pocus. I believe this was the second collab, but this is the Super Shock in the shade Dost Thou Comprehend, which I wasn't going to swatch everything, but It is a beautiful, slightly glittery orange. I used it once in March and one in May. I have 2 out of my 3 uses. I do love this shade. This is one of my favorite Super Shocks. I did 2 looks in June. And I just haven't reached for it yet in July. Hopefully I will in August. But it's been reached for. So, like, we don't have to declutter it. She can just go back to where she belongs. For an M shadow, we have from Pretties for Your Face, this is the shade Moonchild. Haven't touched it. So technically, this should be decluttered. But I'm also pretty particular on my Pretties for Your Face shades, and that shade is stunning. So like I said, October. And then we have Winged Serpent. That was for a partner or friend to pick. That is this shade here. Ian had picked this shade out when I made this order. This one will never go anywhere because Ian picked this shade out. Like, unless it starts puffing and crumbling like the Pretties for Your Face shades do. So, still haven't used that shade at all. That's a me bad. I had an Any Shimmer. So I picked, this is from the Lunar Beauty little mystery thing that he did. I got this in a giveaway. So it's just the green shade. But it's this, like, olivey green shimmer. Have not used this. But now we're getting into some things. For a purple matte, I pulled in, this is from About Face. It is the shade New Karma. It's literally this purple. I've swatched everything else. Doop. It is just a purple liquid. I use this once in July to hit my 3-use goal on July 24th. I really do like these. I actually just ordered from Ipsy another shade in a pink. I forget the name of what the pink one is, but it's the light pink. But I'm very excited. I really like the About Face formula. So, goal hit. This can go back in my collection. Very happy about that. For topper shade, this was the Milani Starlight. This is one of their hypnotic lights. These are really pretty. I did have to pull the stopper out because this was drying up. But it is still creamy enough to use. With the stopper out. So I might have to declutter these by the end of the year, but it's still creamy currently. But that's the shade Starlight. I used it twice in May to hit my goal on May 5th. If I would have done my June update, I could have let you guys know that. But, you know. So then we have a multi-chrome shade, and I pulled in my Bella Beauté Bar single potted little guy in the shade Broomhilda. This one I can't really swatch for you, because then I'd have to put a glitter glue down, because these are flakes. But it's just, they're multi-chrome flakes. And I'm not doing all that. And I already got them all over me. I personally don't think I like this. But I do want to try it on the eyes once before I say that. But I haven't used that yet. And then we have an F shadow. So from Copacetic Cosmetics, I have the shade Flora right here. I've used this once in July. I'm at 2 out of my 3 uses. And this is one of their, I don't know what they're called, but it's a flaky. And it's really, really pretty. So, let me put this guy back, just to get that. And I don't know why I put it back, because if I get more single shadows, they're going to be put in here. My ass. But also, I totally forgot about this, because I finished this. For Orange Shimmer, this is the Pretty for Your Face shade in Jack-O-Lantern. I hit goal on this May 3rd for my 3rd use. And I love this shade. I really do like my Pretties for Your Face shades when they don't puff up and explode. That's the shade Jack-O-Lantern. It's like this Super Shock, but more intense. So, we're going to throw away the note from July because we're going to keep this note for October. And you guys need to hold me accountable to that. Clutter, specifically the 24 karat gold and Moonchild and the Lunar Beauty shade. Those three specifically, if I have not used them by October, they're gone. So, we are going to roll in. Let me make sure we're rolling in 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Because I gotta have an even number. So, 8, 9. Oh my goodness. We're going on to the back. Holy moly. And 10. So, got my little note there. I've got, let me wipe these swatches off. Also, I'm sorry that I have a cat scratch on my hand. I hope that that's not too terribly distracting. So let's go ahead and... throw in my tablet. Oh god, I'm so sorry that that was so unbearably loud. Shadow that starts with a letter N. So an N. Shadow. Alright, that's gonna take me a minute to find. Let's see. A through Z roulette. So we're gonna then have to go find us a letter. And what's our last one? Ooh, a drugstore shadow. I honestly might do another Milani. A drugstore shadow. Alright, so let me pull up. Give me 1 second to pull up a alphabet randomizer. Alright, this is not the letter we got. This is what it was on. So we got J. So I'm going to go pick those 3 shadows and I will be back. Alright, that didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. I didn't write this down. 2 seconds. It's such a long name. Nighttime in Emerald City. Okay, so for an N shadow, we have Notoriously Morbid's Nighttime in Emerald City. So let's get a brush here and give her a good old... I love loose shadows. If you're not new here, you know that. If you are new here, hello. I love me a good loose shadow. Normally I'd just go in with my finger, but I don't feel like it. So it's very similar to that shade from Lunar Beauty, to be honest. So we will see if I use it. But obviously 3 uses on everything. Let me get, because the other 2 do not need a brush. So then for our A to Z roulette, we got the letter J, obviously. So I picked from Dose of Colors. This is their Block Party eyeshadow in the shade Jackpot. It has a little mirror. And this is the shade Jackpot. Also the same kind of color. But this has like a blackened base. Very pretty. So again, we shall see. I love greens, so I need to be using these. It's just with the palettes that I have in projects, that's why it hasn't been working. And last but not least, for drugstore shadow, I am pulling in another one of these Milani ones. And this one is in the shade, so these are their Hypnotic Lights, and this is in the shade Beaming Light. The other one was in Starlight. So I'm probably going to pull the stopper out of this one. So this one is a purple to blue. But right now, the stopper doesn't seem to be bothering it, but we'll see. So that is everything. Those are the 3 things we're bringing in. I am sorry that I missed 2 months of this. I hope you guys understand I've missed 2 months on all of my projects. But at least we had some roll-outs, we have some roll-ins, and hopefully I'm good. So I appreciate it. I hope this was good for you guys, and I will see you in the next one.